Good evening and welcome to the channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. Julian Assange has landed back home in his native Australia after a plea deal allowed him to walk free from a London prison. There were emotional scenes at Canberra Airport as the Wikileaks founder kissed his wife and hugged his father. For the past 14 years, Assange has been in a legal battle with US officials who accused him of leaking classified documents which they say put lives in danger. The 52-year-old did not attend the news conference in Canberra, instead letting his lawyer and wife speak for him.
I wish to thank the Prime Minister, Albanese, the officials who have been working in DFAT on securing Julian's release. I'd also like to thank the Australian people who have made this possible, because without their support, there would not be the political space to be able to achieve Julian's freedom.
The Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich has been pictured in court in the city where he was arrested on espionage charges. Head-shaven and wearing a check shirt and jeans, Mr. Gershkovich stood in the metal and glass cage known in Russian courtrooms as the aquarium. He smiled to cameras but made no comment. Prosecutors claim he had been collecting classified information about a Russian tank manufacturer on behalf of America's Central Intelligence Agency. Mr. Gershkovich, his employer, and the US government vehemently reject the charge. If convicted, the maximum possible sentence is 20 years in prison. Critics have described the closed-door trial as a sham. At least 13 protesters have been killed during demonstrations in Kenya, doctors say, and a section of parliament went up in flames as demonstrations against new tax proposals escalated. An angry crowd broke through police lines to storm Parliament in the capital Nairobi before setting parts of it ablaze. In an address, President William Ruto said all means would be deployed to thwart any attempts by dangerous criminals to undermine the security and stability of our country. He has deployed the military to quell the protests. Several groups have accused the security forces of overreacting by using live ammunition. Health officials say a new strain of the Mpox virus spreading quickly along the eastern border of Democratic Republic of Congo is incredibly worrying. The virus, which can cause lesions across the whole body, is making some people very ill and can be deadly. The current outbreak has been driven by sexual transmission, but there is evidence this strain can also be passed on through close skin-to-skin contact. Global health experts say the new variant risks cross-border and international spread of the virus, with one calling it the most dangerous strain yet. Haiti's interim Prime Minister Gary Conille has vowed to end lawlessness with the help of a Kenyan-led international force deployed to the nation. The arrival of 400 Kenyan police officers in the first tranche of an international force was a unique opportunity to restore order, Mr. Conille said. Rocked by decades of instability, the Caribbean nation has seen an escalation of violence following the assassination of President Jovenel Moise 3 years ago. The German car-making giant Volkswagen says it will invest up to $5 billion in Tesla rival Rivian. The deal creates a joint venture that will allow VW and the US-based electric vehicle maker to share technology. Rivian shares jumped by almost 50% after the announcement. The tie-up comes as competition intensifies between EV makers and Western countries move to impose tariffs on Chinese imports. Under the agreement, VW said it will initially invest $1 billion in the electric truck and SUV maker, with another $4 billion to be put into the company by 2026. And a SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket has launched the fourth and final satellite of NASA next-generation geostationary weather satellites from the Kennedy Space Center. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The rocket, that is essentially 3 Falcon 9s strapped together, blasted off carrying the 11,000-pound GOES-U satellite for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, partnered with NASA. With 5.1 million pounds of thrust at liftoff, Falcon Heavy beat the power of the ULA Atlas V rockets that gave a ride to the previous 3 GOES satellites. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the channel's studios in Lagos.